Kula here. Hope you guys are having a great day. I have something very exciting for you guys today. As the title suggests, and probably why you clicked on this, I picked up the Vice limited edition palette, the Vice LTD palette. I initially was not going to get this palette. It didn't really excite me, but I saw it at Ulta. It is exclusive to Ulta. It was on the Urban Decay website for a very, very short amount of time before it sold out. And it's lime green, and I got it. I wanted it, I guess. I just like the idea of the exclusivity of it. I also had quite a few left, so I don't know like how exclusive it really is anymore since Ulta is carrying it, but Ulta is the only place to carry this right now, I believe. It is $58, so it is $2 less than the Vice 3 palette. It has the same amount of shadows. It has 20 shadows in it. This lime green is probably going to really throw off my camera, but I hope it won't. And 18 of them are exclusives. They are from previous limited edition palettes, which is why this is called the limited edition palette. 5 are brand new, I guess, and 2 were bestsellers, I believe are Chase and Lace are the 2 bestsellers. And the only shadow in here that I actually already own is going to be Last Sin from the Vice 3 palette. Otherwise, I don't have any of these other shadows. I feel kind of like this palette was made for new collectors of Urban Decay products. I've always really liked Urban Decay makeup ever since I've been into makeup. Also, I wanted to note I'm not wearing anything right now and I have some acne going on, so I do apologize. Today was kind of my early long day at work and I already took my shower today and I just didn't really feel like putting on a lot of makeup, but I really wanted to share this with you guys. Like, this is like gonna be my first time swatching it, my first time touching it. I wanted to do this earlier today, but my neighbors have been home and they've been very noisy, so I'm hoping that they're gonna stay pretty quiet for this. I've heard them walking around, but they haven't been doing too much. And I just feel like I don't own any of like the older palettes. I have 2 of the Nakeds, I have the Vice 3, I have the Ammo, and I think that's all I have from Urban. I can't really remember right now. But these are some things in here like from the original Vice. There's one from the Smoked palette in here. I don't remember exactly which is from which palette. But you can definitely look it up. So we can just take a peek at this guy here. It is lime green, and lime green actually used to be my favorite color when I was younger. It's more of like a Tiffany blue now because I've matured a little. It comes with this little like foam thing to protect the Urban Decay, but it has jeweled right there. And it's actually really funny on the back of the box. They know the only reason why you're buying this is because you're a beauty addict, because it says even the presentation is luxe with the touch of a button, which is this button right there. The jewel inlaid case opens slowly, seductively, to unveil all that gorgeous eye candy. Ah, sweet addiction. Thank you, Urban Decay. I'm glad that you realized that the only reason why I bought this is because I'm addicted to your products. No, I actually really do love Urban Decay eyeshadows. They're a really great formula, especially like the reformulated ones before they were a little bit more chunky. And they just come up with some of the best colors. Like I pushed the button to open it to show you guys and it surprised me. But that is it there. I'm trying to figure out a way to show you without like getting the mirror. There we go. So those are the shadows there. There are 20, like I said, same size as the Vice 3, I believe. It is just $2 cheaper. I think just because these are more like re-promoted shades. It does come with a brush very similar to all the older brushes. Mine didn't come in a plastic sleeve. I didn't realize that until I was taking pictures of it. But nothing in here looks touched, so I think everything's okay. I'm just like a weird, crazy germaphobe like that. That's why I got Beauty So Clean for Christmas, so I could spray things like this. And I kind of lost my train of thought what I was talking about Urban Decay's shadows, but they come up with some really interesting colors. I'm just bored of neutrals. I guess like I'm just not a neutrally person, surprisingly. Like I don't wear makeup all the time, but when I do, like I like to experiment and play. Like I really do feel like your body is your canvas, and that's why I love body piercings, tattoos, things like that. Just it feels good to express yourself through your body, and makeup is a really great way to do that. So is nail polish. That's why I have a ton of nail polish. It's just a way to change the color of your face pretty much. You can change the design. You can manipulate the lighting. It's really amazing what you can do. So I love these kind of palettes. This is a little bit more on the neutrally side than I would have liked, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't initially interested in it. But there is enough color here to attract me, including Junk Show, which is pretty ridiculously colored right there. So I'm just going to go down through the swatches here. We're just going to go in the columns, I guess. This just makes sense to me. So I'm going to start on this side here and kind of move across this way. I don't think this is organized by looks the way the Vice 3 was. I actually really liked that attention to detail in Vice 3, how it was arranged in like the quads. You could do looks together, so like the first one was like the neutral look, and then it moved on to the jewel tones, and the last one was the smoky eye look, and I liked that. And this just kind of feels a little bit slapped together. To be honest, like this is just kind of a let's get more of your money palette, just because a lot of people, if you are a, you know, a very avid fan of Urban Decay, if you follow them, if you purchase all the palettes, you're gonna own pretty much all these colors in here except for 5 of them. And I was reading the Temptalia review of this just because I like to read reviews of things I've purchased for reasons I don't understand, maybe to justify it to myself. But she discussed how a couple of the colors were in the original line, they just didn't get included with the reformulation, so that might be what they mean, like the 5 new shades. They're like the new reformulations of the older shades, even though she said some of the older shades were actually different colors with similar names. So again, I'm not too sure. I'm not too well versed in Urban Decay, even though I do enjoy their products. I just didn't get into makeup around the time like when these things were available. Like I didn't have the funds to purchase them, and I wasn't well versed in it, I suppose. But let's just get right to the swatching, which is probably why you're here. So we're gonna start here in this first one. This is the first time I'm sticking my fingers into these products, and I'm very excited. So this first one is Nameless, and I'm noticing that it is a little crumbly in the pan when I swipe. Next up is Crystal. This one's actually really pretty. This one feels a little dry. Temptalia also kind of discussed how these felt a little drier, a little more hard pressed in the pan, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It just was different, and sometimes they were a little bit more crumbly, a little bit more stiff. This is Provocateur. I believe this is one of the face cases, and this one looks kind of patchy, but I'll definitely like do like swipe swatches too. And then this last one here is Chase, which looks absolutely gorgeous, and it feels super buttery, and I'm definitely excited about that one. So let me figure out a way to set this. I might knock my camera here because the power cord goes in front of me. Okay, that's that first row there. So this is Nameless right there, and that swatches really beautifully. That's a nice one. I really do like Urban Decay's like satins or the shimmers because they blend and they're just very buttery. This is Crystal, so it's a little bit more silver. This reminds me of MAC's Bright Moon that I have. This is Provocateur, and this one, yeah, this one is kind of flaky. It has a lot of glitter in it. It does seem to swatch okay. I think definitely, like, you're going to want to wear these more glittery colors. Oh, God, Chase is beautiful, though. Chase is definitely the standout of that one there. That's Chase. You're definitely going to want to wear these with, like, primer potion. I mean, Urban Decay makes a really great primer potion that I like to use, so, I mean, you got yourself covered right there. But I do think these will benefit from being worn with a primer. So next up, I'm going to do this next row here, which is this guy right here. So we have Backdoor, which I believe is in the Smoked palette. I thought about getting it because it's on sale for $20, but I don't do smoky eyes because I'm not good at them. This is Goddess. This feels dry in the pan, but that looks really pretty. It's like a navy blue color. Hopefully my camera's focusing on that and not me. My camera's generally pretty good at that. This is Hoodoo, which looks really pretty. It's like a dusty kind of purple color. And then this is Last, and this is one I already own. This is the only dupe I have in this palette, but it's very pretty. So we're gonna do Backdoor. But yeah, I wanted a smoked palette, but I just don't do smoky eyes, and I don't think smoky eyes look particularly attractive on me because I do have deeper set, more like dark circly hooded eyes. So Goddess does have a lot of fallout, but that is a really pretty color. Like, that's a really pretty navy. I don't normally go for these kind of navy colors, but it actually is quite gorgeous. There's like a subtle like teal duochrome to it. Very pretty. This is Hoodoo. Right there. This one is a little on the sheer side, so that's kind of unfortunate because it is a very pretty color. That's Hoodoo. Right there. And then this last one is Last Sin, and like I said, this is from the Vice 3. This is one I already own. This is the only one I own from this palette. That's Last Sin, this bottom one here. Just a nice neutral kind of shimmery color. So those are the first 8 colors, and let's continue on with the swatching here. Clean up the back of my hand, get it dry. Okay, so this next row is the middle one here. So this middle guy right there. So this first is Deeper, which looks like a very pretty shimmer. Yep, this one's really pretty too. This is a similar texture to Chase, and it's very buttery. And then Vaporize. This was another one, I believe, that's from a face case. And I don't think the face cases had very good reviews. I don't think the shadows in them, people found them very appealing. This was a little bit more drier. This one's also kind of crooked in my palette. This is Freak Show. This is a really pretty purple. I love buying higher end palettes for like purples because it's really hard to find a good drugstore purple, just because a lot of the purples you find in the drugstore just aren't pigmented. And this is Road Stripe. This is a very interesting color. I believe this is like a really old color, but it has like an iridescence to it. It's actually really intriguing. So this top one here is going to be deeper, and my upstairs neighbors are moving around, so hopefully they're going to be quiet because I don't want to have to redo this because this is first impressions. But that's deeper, very pretty, very buttery. This is Vaporize. It swatches nicely. It's like a taupe color, like a shimmery taupe, metallic-y taupe. This is Freak Show. This one feels a little bit more chalky. This one is a little bit more sheer, which is unfortunate, because I buy purples in high-end to not get that problem. But I mean, there's definitely pigmentation. It's definitely better than drugstore pigmentation. That's pretty. And this is Road Stripe. This is an interesting layering color. It's like a duochrome iridescent sheer white. That might be interesting to layer. And that's Road Stripe there. And then we'll do these next 4 here. Just dry my hand off here, so we'll do this row right here. Now Disco worries me because it looks very, very chunky. So we'll see what happens. It does feel very dry. There is underlying pigment though. It doesn't look like you pick up a lot of the glitter chunks. So it is just kind of a nice gold color. This is Floss, which is an interesting like foresty green color. That's pretty. It's like a blackened green base. This is Junk Show, another reason why I wanted this palette. This looks pretty. That looks gorgeous. And then Anonymous, which is kind of like, ooh, that is an intriguing texture. It's very, very soft. This is a very soft matte. I'm not used to soft mattes from Urban Decay. So this is Disco. As you can see, it has the gold underlay to it, and then it has the bigger pieces of gold glitter, which do not stick well, so that's going to be one that you're going to need a primer with, or like a really tacky base. That is Junk Show. That is super pretty. That is a gorgeous color. And it is kind of sheer. Again, it has kind of the same problem as the other purples, but there's definitely the pigmentation there. Oh, I skipped Floss because I was too excited for Junk Show. That's Floss. It's a nice black and green. It swatches more black than green. It looks more green in the pan, but it has kind of an interesting duochrome to it. That's actually very pretty too. And then this is Anonymous, which is just this nice just a nice blending color, man. It's a nice inclusion in this palette. It's actually pretty much my skin tone, so that'll be a really nice like base color for blending. So that is that row, and then we'll get cleaned up here and we'll do this last row. 1 second. We'll get this off of me. I'm trying to kind of go faster because I'm hoping they stay quiet. Alright, and then this is last row here. This Heat color is what I'm very, very excited for. So we're going to do Heat. It's like a really pretty shimmery orange. It's a little drier than Deeper and Chase, but look at that. It's like an orange bronze color. That's so pretty. This is Perversion. This is a matte black. This is a similar texture to Anonymous. This is actually a very nice feeling matte. Kind of more like Urban Decay does more like satin mattes instead of true mattes, which is really nice. This is Blitz, and this is gorgeous. It's like an old gold color. And this last one is Lace. This is one of the permanent ones. This has the same really buttery texture as Anonymous did. Like, that's a really nice texture for a matte. That's another really great blending color. So this is Heat. Oh, stunning. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I'm excited to wear that. This is Perversion. This is just a matte. It's described as a matte soft black. So this is very similar, I believe, to like Max Carbon. It's not a true pure black like you can get with Makeup Geek, but it is a very nice blending black. Ooh, and this one swatched really pretty too. This is Blitz. This is kind of like a more like old gold color. That's super pretty. And then this last one here, another really great blending color. This is Lace. So it's just a nice like neutral brown matte color. And so those are all 20 of the colors swatched out of the Vice Limited Vice LTD palette. And overall, so far, first impressions are, I'm a little sad that the purples aren't as vibrant as I was hoping they would be. I love purples. I really wanted them to be like the shining stars of this palette. But I'm actually surprised. Like, I do really like the neutrals in here, especially Laced and Anonymous. Those two are just very, very buttery. Like, I'm very surprised. I don't normally like mattes, but they're very buttery mattes. They're great. They feel like they blend really well, and they'll be really great transitional colors. Heat is gorgeous. I love Heat. That was super duper pretty. And I think overall, if you don't already own the palettes these are in, But I'd say this might be, you know, a go for it kind of palette. If you own these palettes, if you like these colors and you've used them up, then maybe you'd want to get this one. If you like limited edition things, if you do collect Urban Decay, I mean, obviously you're going to want to collect this. I think it's cool. Like, it's lime green. It has like the glitter on it. It is like super exclusive feeling. And so, yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's a good palette. If you're between this and the Vice 3, if you can still find the Vice 3, I don't know how available that is. I do think the Vice 3 is better if you're for more colors. But if you are more neutrally, if you like more neutrals, this is a really nice palette. I'm very surprised with it. I'm glad I purchased it. I'm glad I got to put my fingers in it and play with it. I don't think swatching it and watching swatches like other people do them really does it justice. So I would say go to Ulta, check it out. Like I said, my Ulta had quite a few left still today. This launched yesterday. You can't use the 20% off coupon on it. It specifically said it on the coupon, unfortunately. But again, this is $58, which is not a bad price for 20 eyeshadows, especially compared to like the Naked palettes, which I believe are like $54 now for 12, 16 eyeshadows. Vice 3 is $60 for 20. Yeah, I think it's a good palette. So that is my first impressions and swatches of the Vice Limited Vice LTD palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. I appreciate you guys watching this and hope you have a great rest of your day.